he had paid that off and then some. I could ask for no more. Every blessing that comes beyond this is so exponentially beyond my understanding. So when I got cancer, and I wasn't sure which type of cancer I was going to have, so it turned out to be a good one if there is one. But that was my thought, and my other thought was, I am so grateful that I have this and that my brothers do not. That if I'm going to have this, I'm glad that it's my suffering and not theirs. I'm glad they're comfortable. And if they ever walk in this suffering, I can walk in it well, so that I can walk in it with them if they ever have to. So we want to be grateful for God's work, both what he's doing in others and what he's doing for others. Bitterness and resentment come naturally, but gratitude must be fought for and chosen. Mix it up, but that's okay. From it sprouts joy and faith and steadfast servitude. I want to encourage you that nobody escapes slavery. Nobody escapes Egypt and then is bitter the next day. But as you get deeper in the wilderness, bitterness comes for you. It just does. And it is our job as believers, as family, to fight against that bitterness with gratitude. So that lesson is over. I want to give you just some advice. And I'm a child, so you don't have to listen to me. You really don't. Because I don't really know about anything that I'm talking about. But I want to give you some applications of gratitude. The first one is in suffering, which is focus on what is unseen. That God has freed you from sin, and he's bringing you to an inheritance, and we are walking in a wilderness with ups and downs. And though those ups are very high and though those downs are very low, they are in no comparison to the glory that's to come. And my heart should be to walk with others while I'm in the wilderness and lead them to the promised land. The next one is church. It is so easy to be bitter about this place. It is so easy to view this place as a curse. Did you hear what they said? Did you hear what they said? I don't really like that person. That person's kind of weird. I didn't like the lesson. I didn't like the worship. I didn't like the way that dude looked at me. This place is the worst. It's easy to focus on all the negative things. There are negative things to everything. And it comes naturally to us. It's easy to point out the negative parts of everything, especially church. It takes a choice to step into gratitude, to investigate and look for all the ways that this place is a blessing to you, that you are loved and adored by at least 5 people in this room, I'm sure. Choosing to be grateful for things. Now, I've been here for 20 years, and there's been seasons in that 20 years that this place was a desert for me, where I sat here early on with 20 of my friends, and then 19 of my friends left to go somewhere else or to go to college somewhere else. And I remember sitting here and being like, oh, Lord, I'm all alone. There's nobody here with me. Like, why do you have me here? Why am I in this place? This is terrible. And I was like, Lord, if you would just send me one friend today, that would be so nice. And right then, my buddy Seth Fetchy came and stood next to me. And he hadn't been there in a long time, but he went and stand next to me and worshiped with me. And that filled my heart with gratitude. That there were negatives to focus on, but the Lord had sent manna for me. So I encourage you to look for the manna. My last one, which I'm super not allowed to talk about this, so I'm sorry. Family and marriage, okay? I changed marriage to family because I didn't want to offend anybody. Those of you who are married, if you have a husband or a wife, it is easy to think about the negatives about your husband or wife. The Bible says that if he who finds a wife finds a good thing. You who have a spouse, you found a good thing. And you, on the day after you left Egypt, the day you got married, you got home and you rejoiced, and all your desires to be come alongside, that you had somebody who loved you and was with you, and you were no longer lonely, and it satisfied all these needs and desires. And then you got into the wilderness, and you saw that it was hot, and you saw that it was dusty, and you saw that it was frustrating, and then you were like, she doesn't do the dishes. Or he doesn't do this, he's messy, he leaves his socks on the couch. I do that. And we start thinking about all the negatives, and then bitterness and resentfulness fills us. Bitterness and resentfulness will come for you if you don't choose gratitude every day. So husbands and wives, when you lay on the bed, thank God for his love for you. Thank God for his character. Next, thank God for your wife or husband, for all the lovely things that he's put in her, for all the lovely work that he's done in her. What a blessing she is to you, and vice versa. And then thank God for all the other things, all the manna. But I encourage you that every night, thank God for his character, his love to you, and thank God for his character and his love for others. And then manna. Otherwise,